Hi, this is Coolors.co, and it's a color palette generator. I love it and I use it a lot. And the reason I love it is partly because it's really easy to use. It's got embedded color rules in it, like there are color rules. So basically, what that means is whatever color palette it comes up with when you're generating, um, it will give you some decent kind of color palette. It's not picking random colors. It actually is choosing things based on the embedded color rules. So let's have a quick look. So go into the generator, and it's really, really super simple to generate colors. All you need to do is press the space bar and it will keep on coming up with new palettes. Okay, so that's number one, just the space bar to generate a new palette. The next thing is if you like something and you're too, trigger happy on the space bar or whatever it is you've done, you can do these undo or redo. You can actually use Control Z as well, Control Alt Z to redo. So you can go backwards and forwards if you want. All right, next, you can rearrange the colors. So see this double-headed arrow here, you can use them to drag around. Now, this is really useful too if you generates the color palette or you've been uh, changing a few things on it like that, and you go, how does that look with the other colors? All right, so you can just drag it around and say, oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll keep that color. So you can use that to drag around and check against the other colors. Now there is also, you can lock colors. If you press the space bar and you go, oh, I really like that blue, you can, but I'm not really fussed on the other colors. You can lock that one and just keep pressing the space bar and it'll come up with other color palettes that fit with that blue. But that blue that you love hasn't changed. So we go back. So back to that one. We can unlock it or lock it again wherever you like. We can lock 2, 3, or 4 colors. There's no point in locking 5 because then you can't do anything. All right, so the next thing is you can also add in a new color if you would like, or you can get rid of it as well. So whatever you want to do there. Now there is also tints and shades. So if I click on that, it was a little grid and it'll show you the original color was in it. It's this little grid here for your shades, and you can choose something that's either darker or lighter, and that will work for all of them. And you can choose something that's lighter or darker. Now, the next thing I will say is there is the different types of color pickers. So mostly what you will be using is this. You can use this slider to pick whatever you like, whatever hue you like. And you can also drag that around to make it darker or lighter. We'll just go back to do what it was. You can also use, there is hue, saturation, brightness, hue, saturation, and lightness. Now, these two are very similar, but brightness will take you up to the most brilliant, pure color, whereas the lightness one takes you up to white. So it's between black and white, pretty much. Yeah, so there's a difference between those two. I tend to use hue, saturation, lightness, HSL, most of all, and then picker as well. Now with these, you can also add in like a number value to make it easier, and you can just increment it one by one if you just want to make it a little bit like 1 or 2 or 3. You just change that hue just a little bit. Rather than using the slider, you can use a number value to make it a little bit more accurate. So there's those color pickers. There's a bunch of other color pickers there too, but they're not really helpful for you right now. Just keep it simple. Use your picker here or your HSL, I reckon, is just really all you need to use. Now, when you finally got your the palette that you love, the next thing to do is you can export it. Now, if you haven't got a you haven't got a Coolors account right now, you can for all new Coolors accounts, you can save up to 10 palettes. It used to be save as many as you like, so that was why I've got a heap there. But now if you have a free account, you can only save up to 10. If you go for the pro, you won't probably need a pro account. You can get more, but yeah, up to 10 free palettes to save in your free account. So I tend to just export. Just close that. We can just export this palette. And once you've got the palette that you're happy with anyway, you can export it. So I tend to export it as a PDF because it's viewable with it's in lots of different situations. You can import it to Canva and pick up those color codes. So this is what it actually looks like. It's got your hex codes and the colors, a big thing of that. So that's what that looks like. Yeah, and like I said, a PDF, it's very widely available in lots of different programs. So you can use it in lots of different places. Okay, so there are some more advanced tools. You can use your palette adjustment here, and it will do the whole palette. So you can actually just slide it around. It's a bit tricky. Probably won't use that one. But if you think, oh, it needs to be a little bit more vivid, you can change the saturation or change the whole of the palette all at the same time. And a temperature, cooler or warmer. There's all of those sorts of things. All right. That's about it. Coolors is very easy to use. If you get stuck, ask a question in the Facebook group and I'll get back to you, or come along to the live calls and ask a question there and I'll help you with it. All good. Enjoy and have fun. Bye.